Black women and Asian women are number one at risk for getting STIs and having STIs with irreversible results. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and I'm not a medical professional. But over the years, I've worked with countless women who have suffered from reproductive abuse in a number of ways. And one of the ways in where they suffer from abuse is that a lot of times they are often forced to engage in sexual relations with an abusive partner, so they don't have the option to say no. And their partner, a lot of times, can be sleeping around, having extramarital affairs and things like that, or things that they just don't know that is happening outside of that abusive relationship. And, I'm here to tell you that a lot of people think of illnesses such as chlamydia and gonorrhea and, even bacterial infections such as vaginosis and other things like that to be treatable illnesses. But you can treat those illnesses and they can still affect your fertility. In fact, one of the questions that I often wonder about today is there are a lot of women that suffer from fertility issues, and I wonder about introduction of bacteria and things like that as being the reason why infertility is on the rise. But specifically, chlamydia and gonorrhea, if left untreated enough, can cause you to become infertile. One of the things, and also certain bacterial infections, can cause you to become infertile. So one of the things that, it can cause is it can cause your what's called the fallopian tubes to be blocked. And this condition is called hydrosal pinks. It can also cause your again, for lack of a better word, like your internal female organs to become inflamed. So things like your uterus and everything in your pelvic regions to become inflamed, and can cause what's called pelvic inflammatory disease. And pelvic inflammatory disease can also be life-threatening. But also pelvic inflammatory disease, even if it doesn't get to that point of life-threatening, it can cause irreversible consequences to a woman's fertility. And it can cause you to essentially lose the opportunity to be able to carry children, not to mention, again, other sort of pain issues and things like that. So one of the things that I've talked about, and sort of been researching is that STIs are on the rise. And not only are they on the rise, but more commonly, women who believe that they are in long-term committed relationships are the ones who are actually getting infected the most. It's not women who, are single, having fun, and, having multiple partners. While they may be getting some STIs, they're not the ones who are on the rise and getting them the most. It's actually women who are married or think that they are in monogamous relationships. And so, just something to be mindful about, and just some information that I wanted to pass along. And, I'll tell you something. There's nothing more devastating to a woman, even if you don't necessarily feel like you want to have children, or you're not sure, or that's never been something that you've ever thought about. There's nothing more devastating than going into an OBGYN's office and being told that you now have something that has caused some irreversible consequences and has affected your ability. It's almost like you no longer have a choice, like that choice is taken away from you by someone else's recklessness. All right.